chance to win an Apple Watch SE. So please come in and join us, and you won't be disappointed because you'll be impressed with many of these innovative solutions. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start the Tech Tank presentation in another 2 more minutes. Please come in and join us. We will have many prizes for you. At the same time, we have lucky draw for an Apple SE watch. Hello. Yeah, okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. And for those who are online, we have some live audience here, and we have some audience outside the booth, which I guess cannot be seen from the live session. But a good afternoon to everyone. This is indeed a very exciting day because Govware is always an exciting show. But we try to make this session even more worthwhile for you in the next 15 minutes, 15 or 30 minutes. So we have two presenters. One is from Matthias from Cloudsine, and then we have Akash from Decision, right? So before you do that, if you're trying to understand what is Tech Tank, let me play you a video so you have a better understanding before we start the session. All right, so we try to make the next 15 minutes an exciting one for you. So this is all the speakers that we have for these 2 days. They are all leaders from the industries. So, and there's Apple SE Watch to be won. That will be at the end of the event. So make sure you drop your name cards with us so you can stand a chance to win an Apple iWatch. All right, next we're going to introduce our speaker, other than Matthias from Cloudsine. Let's give him a round of applause.
Thank you, Joseph. Let me just test my slide. Yep. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Good to see you here at Govware, right? Good afternoon to those on site and also to those who are on the live stream. My name is Matthias Chin. I am a cloud and cybersecurity expert from Cloudsine. We are a Singapore cybersecurity startup, right? So really glad to see you here. Today, I will share a little bit more about the web security stack for next generation enterprise or companies. Okay, before that, do you know that by the time my presentation ends in the next 15 minutes or so, there'll be thousands of credit cards that details stolen, and a lot of people won't even realize it. And think it can't be you? Think again. Okay, why do I say that? Let me elaborate. Right? I think all of us do some form of online shopping. Some of us transact online for healthcare, for education, buying different things, and so on. But do you know that when you do online, right, a typical checkout page like this, right? This is a typical e-shopping cart. It can be a payment gateway. It can look like this. But how do you know if it has been hacked or hackers have secretly siphoned off your data, right, for their own use? Okay, there's been many examples of this over the past few years. We have different companies in the internet, British Airways, Ticketmasters. Okay, if you are a cybersecurity expert and you turn on your developer tools, look at the source code, you may be able to figure out that, hey, there's something wrong in this script, right? But if you're not, you're just a normal consumer and so on, right? How are you going to figure out what's wrong with this script? Okay, so what's wrong with this script? If you know JavaScript, right, there is a URL nearing the bottom that sends to a gateway, right, a hacker gateway. They call it BA, British Airways Gateway, but actually it's a bogus website that sends the data to the hackers, right? What do you mean by data? Credit card information, your login information, whatever information there is. And all this you can't see from the front end when you're using the website, right? This code, this 10 to 20 lines of code can be embedded into any web page, website, and they can do this without us realizing it. Unless you have the tools, unless you have the knowledge and experience to know that this is happening. Okay, this problem has a name to it, right? So MageCard is one of the names that is used in the industry for this kind of attack. There are other names called card skimming, digital skimming, whatever, right? And what it does is that they stealthily lurk in trusted websites. The keyword is trusted. Why? They don't put this in a fake website. They deliberately put it in trusted websites so that when we go to those trusted websites, we think everything is fine, but actually at the back end, they are secretly siphoning off your data as you shop, as you transact, perform e-government services as well. Now, this is not just a Singapore problem, it's a global problem, all right? It's big enough for PCI DSS, which is a payment card industry. Okay, they collect, they're the one that verify the security and certification for payment, credit card payments. They have mandated that, hey, everybody who is doing with payment credit cards, you need to monitor the payment scripts and HTTP headers, right? And in their latest version 4, they have mandated that by 2024, okay, this has to be implemented. So what do we do, right? In this short 8 minutes presentation, right? I can only just give you a brief. If you're interested in technical demo, we have a booth there to help you understand more. But what we do is that WebOrion, we are going to do this payment page and script monitors, right? This is just a quick screenshot where we actually track all the payment scripts that you have. If there's any change in the script, right, we alert you immediately. Not just the script, but headers, HTTP headers. HTTP headers are important because that's where many people will set the content security policy. For those who are a bit more technical, CSP and sub-resource integrity to prevent this kind of from happening, right? But what the hacker can do is that when they compromise your website, they can change your headers. And once they change your headers, they can override all the security policies that you implemented, right? So these are two things that we've implemented to prevent this kind of attacks. And our solution is that we can deploy this seamlessly without installing any agent or any software. Okay, so it's highly flexible and scalable. So just very quickly, when you do this, a WebOrion monitor, what do you get? First of all, you get a compliance dashboard, right? If there's a PCI DSS dashboard or government security policy or whatever, there's a compliance dashboard that gives you a single pane of glass to help you to see your security status. We give you a script inventory as well. We tell you all the scripts that you're using. Okay, if you may have heard this term, software supply chain, right? So we need to track the software supply chain of your scripts as well. Okay, not just your own scripts, first party and also third party script, right? Third party scripts refers to, you may use a Google Tag Manager or Facebook or whatever for your website. These are quite common. So you need to track them because if they are hacked, okay, you are going to be hacked as well. So there's an impact on that. And of course, third, proactive alerts. If you have a payment page, right, your script should not be changing regularly. Anytime it changes, you need to know immediately, right? Unless you have a developer working on it. But payment scripts are very sensitive, so they should not be changing, all right? And also your HTTP headers, if they change, that means there's something possibly wrong with your web server. So you need to track all this very carefully. And how is it unique? Okay, you may find different tools out there doing different things, different parts of it. But I think where we are unique is that we have this WebOrion stack, right? We look at the whole holistic protection, detection, response, recovery mechanism. We have a protector, a monitor, and restorer. So those two features I mentioned are under the monitor. And we are the first to integrate these features with our defacement monitoring service and to make it a whole complete platform. Okay, you can deploy this for your web servers in the cloud, any cloud, AWS, Azure, Google. You can do it on different platforms, different content management platforms. You can do it deploy on-site as well. And in the roadmap, we're going to integrate the protector and restorer together into a single platform. Okay, so we've been doing this for many companies, multiple countries, right? So that's our solution is not new. We've been doing it for many countries. Different sectors, financial services, government, healthcare, telco, and so on, right? Okay, so when you deploy this, you can actually do it for many, many different use cases. So the use case I spoke about is the bottom second one, the left second, right, the card skimming one. You can use it for SSL monitoring, the web threat detection, anti-defacement, compliance, and so on, right? And we have done this we've won many accolades for this over years, more than 10 years of web and cloud security expertise with AWS, ISO, and CSA Cybersecurity, CyberSafe certified. Okay, so that is a short 7 to 8 minute pitch, right? It's a tech tank. If you're interested to learn more about how WebOrion can deal with the Mage Card and many other web attacks you have in mind, please come to us or contact Truvisor, our partner. Or you can come to our booth. We can actually show you a more detailed technical demo. We actually show you how we hack one of the payment page and then how we siphon off the data, right, to a hacker page. and how all this can be invisible to your human eyes unless you have the right tools of monitoring to see all this happening, right? Okay, thank you very much. That's my quick presentation. Pass the time back to for
Yeah,
some
we do have a
questions.
question.
Yes.
So the question here is, I have already deployed many firewalls and antivirus to protect my website. Why do I still need it?
Okay, that is a very good question. If you have already deployed firewalls and antivirus, I think that's great. But a lot of these attacks, once it happens, the firewalls and antivirus unfortunately may not be able to detect this, right? This is an area that we call client-side attacks as well. So you need additional tools to look at all these client-side attacks because it runs at the consumer browser, the user browser, the script, right? So that's the reason why firewalls and antivirus by themselves, they are important, but may not be sufficient to catch this kind of attacks. Any more questions?
Yeah, thank you. There's also one more. Any question here from the floor? Anyone? There's a question here. I guess it's also another technical question. Is many of us have our own third parties payment provider to handle this, you know. So do I still need them? Because after all, you know, the payment provider will cover that, right? Is that true?
Okay, another great question. So those of us who are doing some form of government portal that has payment or e-commerce stores that have payment, you may say that, hey, I already outsourced this problem to the payment gateways, right? So theoretically, do I still need this? The answer is yes or no. You can still comply, right? But what happens is that the hacker can hijack your page before it goes to the payment gateway, right? So if you want a more complete defense, right, before it goes to the payment gateway, then this is something that you should look at as well. Yeah.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Matthias.
Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you very
Thank
much for your
you.
time. Hope it's good. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. We have another speaker here. Hello. Yeah, we will have another lucky draw for the Apple iWatch. Please stay behind. And guess what? We have another speaker from Decision. He's Akash. Akash from Decision. He's going to talk about the zero trust environment. No, sorry, the AI automation and orchestration. Akash.
Hello. All right. Am I audible? Great. First of all, thanks a lot, folks, for joining. And, you know, there are folks online and there are people around here. So this is a great opportunity. You know, I'm at a great city and this looks really nice for all the tech enthusiasts out there. So let me just introduce myself quickly. I lead the channel network practices for decisions for Asia Pacific and Oceania market. And today we are going to talk about how Decisions is, you know, revolutionizing no-code automation and how we have recently, you know, introduced AI within the automation space and what we are trying to achieve using that. So that is going to be the focus of today's talk. All right. So, you know, basically, if we talk about the common challenges that today's organizations are facing, you know, lack of technical expertise, go to time, go to market value, you know, all of that, the time taken to go to market is very high. Then the maintenance cost, the development cost, all of these challenges, you know, they can be resolved by going or shifting to a no-code automation platform. And we have been solving these challenges for many of our customers for the last decade. So we have over, you know, 280 plus customers spread across the globe, and most of them come from the finance and the healthcare space because of the strong suit that we have in terms of our rules engine and workflows manager. We also have an extensive network of 100 partners, again spread across the globe, who are helping Decisions serve more and more number of customers. And the employee base that we have grown in the last 4 or 5 years, globally, you know, close to 300 employees. That is also, along with our partner network, helping us serve our customers in a much better manner. Now, these are some of the customers that I was talking about, and as you can see, you know, we are industry agnostic. We don't limit ourselves to a specific vertical or a specific industry. You can see government there, you can see banks, you can see financial services, you can see education, retail, and that is the beauty of this platform, right? It's not a plug-and-play solution, but it's a toolkit that empowers business users, to build applications, to orchestrate processes without the need to write even a single line of code. So these are the features, the few key components of the tool that the business users utilize. So if you have a look at the slide, rules engine, it's an enterprise grade rules engine which lets you create simple rules like, if this condition is satisfied, then this should be the outcome, to a complicated rule like a matrix rule or a decision table where you are going through thousands of different conditions and then deciding on what the outcome should be. Our workflows manager let you create workflows that can automate approvals, that can do batch processing, that can run calculations, real-time validations, all of that is possible. Then we have recently introduced process mining within the platform. I can talk about it a bit more if people are interested here. Then we have integrations. We have a very strong services layer within the platform. By default, by design, you are getting 50 native integrators. You can connect to ERP systems, you can connect to CRMs, you can connect to message queues, identity providers and all of that. And apart from that, you also have a services layer that lets you call any endpoint by creating a REST service for it. And finally, you get GUIs or graphical user interfaces to build all these applications, create all these rules, and perform process orchestration. So this is typically, the automation platform or the automation patterns that we identify ourselves as. You can see there are 3 umbrellas: rules engine and decisioning. So you can see many of our customers, especially in financial services and healthcare, they are using us for medical claims processing, quote to cash, mortgage processing, and all of that. This is again because of the strong and robust rules engine that we have. You can see many big names at the top: Roche Genentech, New York City, Nationwide Insurance. This is an example, and this is a very great and strong slide, I would say. On the left-hand side, what you're seeing is a C# code to write a rule that will check for how much should be the dosage amount for patients based on their weight. And that is written in C#. You can see the complexity, you can see the number of lines in that code. And on the right-hand side, it's the same exact rule, but written in decisions. See how user-friendly that looks, how business users can actually create it, edit it, and maintain it as well. So this is an example of what we are doing for Roche Genentech Life Sciences. So you can see we are completely automating their clinical trial processes and lab trial processes, where all the labs that they are connected with would be sending the data to different data sources like S3, Snowflake, Solus, and all. And from there, it would go to our rules engine, in which we are processing thousands of rules on the data that is coming in. And then the data that gets enriched, basically the golden data, it gets transferred back to a different data source altogether. Then apart from that, this is what we are doing for, Ameritrust, another insurance company. So we have underwriters and many stakeholders that are part of the policy processing process. And you can see, again, all the policies that come into the process, they go through our different rules that are part of the rules engine. And then post that, we can have either auto approval based on the outcome of the rules, or you can just have automated approval for the whole policy at all. Now, moving on, extend and expand. So many applications nowadays are tech savvy, right? Or many organizations nowadays are tech savvy. So what they are doing is they would buy solutions or they would purchase softwares for all of their pain points. And at the end, they end up with 20 plus applications in their organization. Now, in order to connect all of them seamlessly and work with them, you need a tool like Decisions. So Decisions can actually sit as a middleware in your technical ecosystem, connect to all your applications through the services layer. And the data that comes in from one application or one system, we can work on top of that. The outcome from that particular process can be sent to a third system. So all of that is possible. So this is another example. Corning, our customer, is using us for master data management. And you can see, they are connecting decisions to SAP, which is their ERP system. And from that, all the new material requests that comes in, you also have integration with external databases, CSV files, and other endpoints out there. The data collection happens, standardization and ETL on that data. Then it goes through approval, and finally, it is sent back to SAP for the final creation of record. And finally, end-to-end workflows. You can build all kinds of workflows and applications using decisions, embed them with rules, with integrations, and have your custom UI as well. So this is what we internally do. You can see there are a lot of applications that we are using, and all are connected through decisions, empowering us to have very seamless orchestration throughout our organization. All right, so this is the platform's architecture, how it is currently set up. You can see you have the client side, the studio, and the portal. So studio is for the developers and the designers who want to build applications. Portal is for the end users who want to consume those applications. You have a very robust data layer. You have authentication of all types, and you can connect to any external system. This is a glimpse of how the studio and the portal looks like. You can see that there are different designers, again, all driven by no code. It's all drag and drop. And then you have the end user portal where all the different dashboards, forms, and reports can be deployed. All right, so a little bit about AI, because it is AI-driven automation, right? So we have now ChatGPT, Bud, and Claude 2 as part of our platform. And using that, what we are doing is we have automated all these use cases that you see on your slide right here. So you can see meeting summarization. So sales guys like me, we can go on and on and on, and we just talk rubbish all the time. But when we are done with a 1.5 or 2 hour meeting, we need to know what were the key takeaways, what was the summary from that call. So this is what we have done. We have integrated with ChatGPT and our Zoom as well as decisions, and we are creating like a very short and crisp memory of what happened in that meeting. We are automating invoice processing, accounts payable, and complete inventory management processes. Then you have chatbots. So we ourselves internally have taken all of our data and created chatbots using that. So these are some more details about, how we are doing it. Okay, I think I'm out of time, so I'll just stop here, and, if there are any more questions, I'll be happy to address them.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Any questions from the floor here? Sir, you have any questions? No? Then we have some questions. You,
Sure.
Akash, the question is, I think it should be a bit more technical as well. Now, here we talk about the use case for IT operation, right?
Right.
But this is a security event. A lot of the security professionals are here. So can you talk a little bit about the use case for IT operation and SecOps?
Absolutely.
And,
yeah.
Thank you.
And again, given that we are in a cybersecurity event, that has to be the question. I would have been surprised if that was not there. So again, as I mentioned in my presentation before, we are completely industry agnostic. So it doesn't matter which vertical you want to use the platform for, we can do it. And in fact, we have customers using us as part of their IT operations and security operations functions as well. We have helped them automate their IT asset management processes. We have helped customer automate compliance, document management, where change control, version management, all of that is automated using decisions. Apart from that, there is incident response as well. Because the platform is so robust and it's a toolkit, you can build anything that you would like. And we have customers building out incident responses as well. So yeah, that I would say would be the use cases or expertise of the platform in this field.
Sounds very comprehensive, yeah?
Yeah.
The last question here is benefits. So what are the measurable impacts and benefits that decisions has on your customers?
Great, yeah. Absolutely. So when we say you want to move to no-code automation, the first and foremost, the biggest benefit that you get is the go-to-market time, right? When you go with your traditional coding methods, any standard application will take you anywhere from 12 to 18 months to go live. But using our platform, our customers go live within 3 months. If it's a hell lot of a complicated application, they would take 6 months to go live. But that is one of the biggest ROI I would say that they get from that. They are saving a lot of resource cost by not putting dedicated people on building the applications, because even the business users can build it. Instead, their technical expertise can be utilized somewhere else. That is another impact and benefit that they are getting from that. And obviously the maintenance cost, because it's all handled by business users and deployed on cloud, there is no maintenance cost associated with it as such. So I would say those are the benefits.
Thank you. So I can summarize really time to market and cost saving.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Now we're going to
Thank
be
you,
the
everyone.
next exciting session, which is we're going to do a lucky draw for the Apple SE watch. So can you bring the... So Akash, would you like to help us to draw the lucky winner for the Apple SE watch? Can we have here? Okay. All right. So have you put your name card? Yeah. What is your name? You are the only one. Danny from Cloudsine. No. Just kidding, just kidding. I think that's a mistake. This one is our vendor. Edward Chin for Nera. Is Edward here? Edward Chin from Nera. Nera. Edward, are you here? Edward calling one. Calling two, Edward. Okay, calling three, sorry. All right, the next one. Yen Jacob from ST Engineering. No? Yen Jacob, you just won an Apple Watch. I guess he came here earlier and then he left the booth for other booth, I'm sure. So anyway, in view of time, we really don't have, we will have another draw. Okay, so we will, in view of kind of, because the condition of the draw is you have to be at the booth, so we will have to assign this to our audience, a man here who is actually at the booth, right? The rest are outside and you don't get a draw, okay? So we will assign to our audience here for the lucky draw. Thank you for winning the Apple iWatch, and our staff will contact you for the details. Thank you very much for staying behind, and thanks a lot for those online audience. And remember, tomorrow, every lunchtime and tea time, we will continue to have the Tech Tank live from Govware. Take care. Thanks.